2025 wasn't just another year in rock history. It was a year that drew a line. Across genres, generations, and movements, rock lost voices that didn't simply make music. They changed direction. They challenged the rules. They shaped entire eras. This isn't about numbers. It isn't about charts. This is about what lasts. Here are 10 rock figures we lost in 2025, and why their absence still matters. Let's start where recognition was never the goal. Scott Sorry. Scott Sorry never chased mainstream approval. Born October 30th, 1978, he built his name inside punk and hard rock circles with bands like Amen, The Wild Hearts, and Brides of Destruction. His music wasn't polished. It was confrontational, direct, and honest, the kind that doesn't ask permission. In 2025, Scott died on his own birthday at just 47, after a long battle with brain cancer. What makes his loss heavier isn't fame, it's resolve. He kept creating when it was easier to stop. In punk, survival isn't a footnote, it's the message. Scott Sorry didn't soften the truth. He raised his voice until it was heard. Wizz Jones. Wizz Jones stood even further back in time. Born April 25, 1939, he lived at the crossroads where folk, blues, and early rock learned how to exist together. He influenced guitarists long before they were legends, quietly shaping the British guitar tradition from the margins. Wizz died in April 2025, just days after his 86th birthday. He never chased attention. He chased feel. And every time a guitarist chooses touch over flash, restraint over volume, they're walking a path Wizz Jones helped clear. Rock doesn't begin with noise. It begins with honesty. David Thomas. David Thomas never aimed for comfort. As the frontman of Pere Ubu, he treated post-punk as an intellectual exercise, unsettling, fearless, and uncompromising. Born in 1953, Thomas approached rock like experimental literature, bending sound, language, and structure into unfamiliar shapes. He died in April 2025 at 72. Mainstream rock rarely knows what to do with artists like David Thomas, but underground movements do, and that's where real change starts. When rock dares to be strange, confrontational, and cerebral, that trace belongs to him. Clem Burke. Clem Burke didn't just keep time, he gave music momentum. Born November 24, 1954, Clem became the heartbeat of Blondie, a band that brought punk into the mainstream without sanding down its edge. He died in April 2025 at 70. What set Clem apart was balance, urgency without chaos, precision without stiffness. In a genre where drummers often disappear into the background, Clem made rhythm impossible to ignore. Without him, Blondie doesn't move the same way. Some revolutions shout, others dance. Clem Burke made sure they could. David Johansen. David Johansen understood rock as performance, because rock is performance. Born January 9, 1950, he fronted the New York Dolls, one of the most influential bands to almost vanish in real time. He died in February 2025 at 75. The Dolls weren't refined, they were permission. Permission to be loud, glamorous, broken, dangerous, free. Without Johansen, punk loses its posture. Without him, swagger never turns into rebellion. Rock learned how to misbehave by watching David Johansen. Mick Ralphs. Mick Ralphs understood something many guitarists never do. Less can be enough. Born March 31, 1944, Ralphs helped form Mott the Hoople and Bad Company, writing riffs that didn't need speed or spectacle to endure. He died in June 2025 at 81. His gift was inevitability, songs that felt like they had always been there, as if rock simply uncovered them. When people say classic rock doesn't age, they're talking about writers like Mick Ralphs. Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson didn't just write songs, he designed emotion. Born June 20th, 1942, the creative force behind the Beach Boys reshaped what pop and rock could be. Harmony as psychology, production as narrative. He died in June 2025 at 82. Brian showed that vulnerability could be strength, that softness could change the direction of music. Every time an artist chooses emotional precision over volume, they're following Brian Wilson's blueprint. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne didn't symbolize heavy metal, he defined it. Born December 3, 1948, Ozzy gave darkness a human voice, with Black Sabbath and beyond. He died in July 2025 at 76. What made Ozzy last wasn't shock, it was connection. He turned fear into belonging, outcasts into community. When metal became a language, Ozzy spoke it first, and millions understood. Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley made rock feel larger than reality. Born April 27, 1951, the original Kiss guitarist didn't just play solos, he created identity. He died in October 2025 at 74. Ace showed a generation that image and sound could become inseparable. That spectacle wasn't deception, it was part of the experience. Modern hard rock theatrics trace straight back to Space Ace. He didn't just inspire musicians, he inspired belief. Rick Davies. Rick Davies knew how to make Reflection sound expansive. As a co-founder of Supertramp, born in 1944, Davies blended introspection with accessibility. Thoughtful rock that still filled arenas. He died in 2025 at 81. His songs proved that intelligence and emotion don't weaken rock. They give it weight. When rock chooses depth over noise, Rick Davies stands inside that choice. This is what 2025 took from rock. Not only artists, but approaches, values, and blueprints. Legends fade. Influence doesn't. If you believe rock is more than trends, more than image, then you already understand why these names still matter. This is Next Wave Vision 92.